Uriyon John Nuts a day dinner, dinner day tiana. Nahi dinner a nara de actiu, clue dinner chu a nachuda day. We used to go back way up north in Primrose Lake, which is our trap lines. And there my dad would trap, hunt. We never went hungry over there. We had berries, we had our store, which is our animals in the bush, our fish in the water. It was a good, beautiful life because growing up like that, we were never sick. We didn't know what sickness was. In the fall time, everybody get together wherever there was lots of game and berries, and people used to gather their berries, make dry meat, make dry fish. Our vegetables, when we used to bring them over there, we used to have a root cellar, and that root cellar had a bunch of sand and hay, and that's where my mom and dad used to bury all our winter potatoes and our carrots, our turnips, our cabbage. That was our cooler. That's where we kept all our food. Ice house was out there in the winter time. It was filled with moose meat and deer meat, fish, beaver, muskrats. Yeah, we never had any wants. In 1952, every one of us were kicked out of there. Every one of us. We had to leave our houses as it was, like this here. We were not to touch nothing from over there. We left all our traps and all our everything, our snares, our household, we left it there. When we were told to get out of there, we all moved to Cold Lake, to the big reserve. There we were to become farmers. We had to learn how to be a farmer. And they had Indian agent to teach our parents how to be farmers. It didn't turn out the way they had planned it. There was just a few that became self-sufficient and look after themselves by farming. It is a very bad time that we are in at the moment. My grandma, she was our guardian, blind, deaf, but yet we relied on grandma to look after us when we were small. My grandma predicted about what was going to happen in the future. She said, if you think 1930s was bad, she said, it's nothing. When the next time comes, she said, that's going to be the one. She said, at least when that hungry 30s happened, at least the natives still had to store their animals, their fish. They still had something to live on. But our white brothers and sisters, they had to come to the native people because they couldn't go hunting the way we did. Medicines that they couldn't afford. We were looking after the white people, feeding them, doctoring them, keeping them in our homes just so until they find themselves a place. That's the kindness of the native people, always with their arms open. That's who we are. Well, we knew about the oil because people, when it's cheap out, people used to use that oil to grease up their wagon wheels. So we knew about the oil, but people weren't interested in it. There was no, it didn't mean nothing to them. In 1952, when the Air Force took over that land, they were supposed to have leased it, but they sold it to Lands and Immigration, provincial governments, parks. They sold our land. They said that we surrendered our land. We never surrendered no land. In the 50s, when the oil companies started coming into this country, they started out from Primrose Lake, where the Air Force have their station over there. There, the oil companies came in, the logging companies came in. The logging companies came in first. They had to clear the land to be able to get the oil out. Our home was no longer a home. There was no more trees, no more animals, no more nothing. Oil has done a lot of destruction. It has ruined the lives of our people. And today, I feel really bad because I feel like I'm stealing food from my children, my grandchildren. Our animals are dying out there. Our fish are no good no more. That is what we depend on. That's what we live on. Our medicines, that's what we live on. And none of it is here no more in Cold Lake.